Hello, this is Jon Maguram. The launch of the Zeekr 7X, which could be called this year's standout model, is really just around the corner. Depending on the success of the 7X, the next vehicle to be released will be this one. It's a large SUV in the same class as the Palisade in Korea. It's the AX. The 7X is an electric vehicle, right? On the other hand, the AX is a PHEV vehicle that's hard to find in Korea. Since PHEV vehicles are hardly sold in Korea, a lot of people are curious. Do PHEV vehicles lack appeal? No, that's not the case. Vehicles like the Santa Fe, Sorento, and hybrid models that are sold in Korea are also available as PHEVs in places like Europe. I'll explain why PHEV vehicles aren't being sold in Korea and what advantages PHEVs have. First, let's take a look at the design of the AX. In the center, it features a large decorative grille. Wow, it really has an imposing waterfall-like design. Because we've seen this kind of design on Rolls-Royce vehicles, when I first saw this car, I wondered, is this a Cullinan? That's what I thought. The design of the headlamps features two horizontal lines. If you look closely inside, you'll notice a sparkling jewel-like effect. They've included real lighting effects. If you see this car for the first time, you might ask why the lower rear is white and the upper part is teal. That's the impression it gives. You might think that, but in the Chinese market, this teal color is activated when autonomous driving is in operation. So when you see the teal color, you can think, this car is currently in autonomous driving mode. You can also find this teal color on the side mirrors. And if you look at the center of the rear part, you can also see the teal color. When you're driving on the road, you'll notice that more cars than you might expect have this teal light. Just think of it as autonomous driving mode. It's still a bit hard and feels awkward, but do you know the Zeekr logo? Its design comes down from the top and bends once. They say it represents two people shaking hands. The 8X is a bit bigger than the Palisade, with an overall length of 5,100 millimeters. Seeing the car for the first time, I thought, wow, it's grand. That's how it felt. Then let's check out the unique features of PHEV vehicles. PHEV vehicles are equipped with a combination of an internal combustion engine and an electric motor. Just like amphibious vehicles, we can switch and use them as needed. Because of that, there's one here behind the front passenger seat, and on the opposite side, there's the fuel filler door. If you press it, you'll find the fuel cap. On this side, you have the charging port that you usually see on electric cars. What about the other side? It looks like the fuel cap. The side profile really has the authentic SUV design with a grand and imposing feel. But it's not only about creating a grand impression. If you look closely, it has a powerful presence. Personally, what surprised me the most was actually the tires. 255/50R 21-inch. Well, this is a size you can often see in Korea as well. Here, there's Zeekr's high-performance brake system. Huh? Zeekr? Does Zeekr make brakes? You might think that, but actually, Zeekr developed a high-performance brake system through Brembo, which provides high-performance brake systems. For those familiar with this, they'd likely say, wow, you can guess how good the car's performance is. All right, let me tell you first. It has up to 1,381 horsepower. That's incredible, right? Depending on the vehicle, it's equipped with either 2 or 3 electric motors. The vehicle with 3 electric motors delivers a maximum output of 1,381 horsepower. You might also be curious about the engine. The engine is a 2-liter turbo engine that produces 275 horsepower. The engine alone is comparable to that of a typical mid-size vehicle. When the engine is combined with the 3 motors, it reaches 1,381 horsepower. In short, it's a monster. For this reason, when introducing this vehicle, it was compared with the Cayenne and the BMW X5M, and in conclusion, it showed that this beast-like vehicle is faster than those cars. The 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time is 2.96 seconds, 2.96 seconds. Wow, we've really entered a new era. But the car I'm telling you about right now isn't even an electric vehicle. We might expect that from an EV. But this vehicle is a PHEV. What's the difference between a PHEV and a hybrid vehicle? First, if you look at the powertrain, both have an electric motor and a battery, so that's something they have in common. But the biggest difference is the size of the battery. The full hybrid vehicles you're familiar with usually have a battery of about 1.8 kilowatt hours. But in the case of PHEV vehicles, the battery capacity is usually about 10 times higher than that, around 18 to 20 kilowatt hours. So there's about a 10-fold difference. That's why they have a much larger battery capacity and can drive up to about 100 kilometers at most. Also, another difference from full hybrid vehicles is that, unlike hybrid vehicles that use the electric motor only in some low-speed ranges, PHEVs can drive in all speed ranges using the electric motor. So what about the battery capacity in the case of the 8X? Don't be surprised, I was really amazed myself, but it actually comes with a 70 kilowatt-hour battery. A 70 kilowatt-hour battery that's on par with electric vehicles. Because of this, you can actually use it just like a real electric vehicle. PHEV vehicles are also being sold domestically. But most of those vehicles are German luxury cars that cost close to 100 million won. If a vehicle like this can drive about 100 kilometers on battery alone, the 8X vehicle is equipped with a 70 kilowatt-hour battery, so it can reportedly drive up to 400 kilometers. That's incredible. For this reason, the maximum driving range I can achieve is officially supported. It's 1,016 kilometers. Since that's based on Chinese standards, if it comes to our country, I think it could still drive about 1,200 kilometers. But here's the thing. This vehicle is like a dinosaur, well over 5 meters long. If a vehicle like this can deliver this kind of range and post a 0 to 62 time, what do you think about that? Now let's check out the rear design. The rear has a big U-shaped design. If you look closely, this design also has a sparkling star-like pattern. At first, hearing it was a Chinese car might have felt unfamiliar and made you think there could be problems. But now, Chinese electric cars may be becoming the center of the global EV market. Also, since they are continuously improving performance with a focus on safety, we can say that their performance has now been somewhat verified. Let's check out the interior you're curious about. When you step inside, it's kind of colorful. What is this? Personally, I really like audio systems. You can see the main brand. Can you really see this kind of design in a stock model? It's so luxurious that it makes you doubt it. It really suits it, doesn't it? And when you step inside, you can see 2 large displays along with some common elements of the Zeekr brand. As for the steering wheel, considering its size, it's just right. It's a D-cut style design with the top and bottom flattened. And in the center, there are 2 displays provided, and the UI, including the speedometer, seems to have reached a level that's quite acceptable now. And personally, what I like the most is that these days, with the introduction of full touch systems, physical buttons have disappeared. Fortunately, the physical buttons are still there. The frequently used physical buttons are provided in a large, easy-to-use format like this. The hazard lights are centrally located, and with the sound, they feel familiar to us in Korea. Korean cars excel at these details. Now, even Chinese cars have reached this level. On the center console, you can see design elements that serve as handles for off-road driving. It's luxurious. It's surprising how much the quality has improved to this level. Wow, the premium feel of the interior along with the ambient lighting is truly impressive. The combination of high-quality Nappa leather, premium cool touch metal, and warm wood materials creates a premium interior. There's a center console in the middle, and it opens like a pair of doors. The audio system combined with Naim Audio has 2 speakers built into the headrest. The driver's seat and the passenger seat also have speakers in the headrest. Additionally, ceiling speakers are also provided, and with a total of 29 speakers, you get an unbelievable sound system. I've been test driving Zeekr brand vehicles for the past 2 years and introducing them to you. Unlike other Chinese cars, Zeekr is a premium brand, so if I were to compare it to a domestic brand, it would be similar to Genesis. For this reason, when it comes to things like quietness and ride comfort that a luxury car should have, there is a clear difference compared to other Chinese cars. The seat has an ergonomic design that can support you comfortably. Just look at it. The seat cushion is sized to support your thighs well. When you actually use it, it feels very cozy. Because of its stable handling, I actually test drove the ADX vehicle, and I was a bit surprised. The ride comfort and the driving feel were impressive. It has a substantial yet smooth ride like a Mercedes Maybach or a Land Rover. It shows this. Wow. Now even in China, Zeekr has made a car like this. But what's really amazing is the price of this car. The price of the ADX is less than 100 million won. This car costs under 100 million won. Check out the second row space. It's amazing, right? It's insane. It has this kind of interior space. And things like the electric sunshade you get in luxury cars, that's standard here. You can easily tell without me having to explain it. It works perfectly. In a word, it's amazing. There's a cable provided behind the seat, and it's not flimsy at all. Even with some wobble, it's come this far. It's luxurious. And there's a display provided for the second row passengers. Wow, it's really luxurious. The vents that can quickly heat or cool the second row interior are provided on the sides, on the B pillar. Since they're mounted overhead, they can quickly make the cabin comfortable. And the design of the overhead console is also impressive. With the subtle ambient lighting, it feels like a jewel. There's even a sunroof, plus a display in the ceiling. It smoothly comes down with sound. Wow, when did this space become so luxurious? If you're sitting in the second row, you probably don't even need your own theater. I think I'd be so happy to be in this space with Mode. Wow, it's amazing. The speed, including the picture quality, how can it move this quickly? Every time it operates, I'm always amazed. And even after using it, it closes smoothly and softly. You can also see luxurious suede material on the ceiling. Even in the base trim of the Zeekr vehicle, they use this suede material instead of knit. You can also see speakers over here. And the reading lights, which look like clear pupils, are also impressive when you sit in the second row. As for the legroom, well, I have to say it's really spacious. You can fit more than 4/5 in here. Chinese car manufacturers, even though they're latecomers, are now really good at designing interior space. Zeekr is definitely a brand where you can feel a real sense of luxury. As for the second row center console, it comes with a foldable console like this. There is no multi-console function here. Instead, a touch display is provided in the front. It's kind of like Tesla in terms of design. It also has that kind of vibe. In a word, it's very luxurious. When it opens outward, it's electrically operated. If you press this button, it opens like this. And there's a leg rest function provided below, so you can relax comfortably in the second row. The interior convenience features vary slightly depending on the trim, but the basic configuration is similar. Then finally, let's check the trunk space as well. If it's a luxury car, of course, it should come with 2 trunk lights. It's a dark night right now. When you open the trunk at night, you get these 2 LEDs like this. They've angled it here. The lighting shines softly like this, creating a space where you can really feel the luxury. Of course, the trunk operates fully electronically. It also comes with a function that lets you move the seats forward and backward, including the power folding feature. If you press it like this now, you can see the seat sliding forward. And now I'll try folding it. When you press the folding button, the seat folds. Since I slid this seat forward earlier, you can see it move back and then fold down. It's really amazing. As for the space when the seat is folded, even without measuring it myself, since I've already measured it in various vehicles, the space from the back of the first row seat to the end of the trunk is at least 2.1 meters by default. Therefore, in a full-size vehicle, even 2 large adults can comfortably rest in the space provided. A mesh pocket is provided on the side. Includes a 220V cigarette lighter socket and other features. They also provide a hook like this. Hooks like these used to be seen only in luxury cars like BMW, but now they seem to have become almost standard. If you open the lower part of the trunk, you can use it like a partition, so if you pull this, it separates. And there's also additional storage space provided underneath. These protective guards that prevent scratches are now all provided as standard. So shall we take a look at another vehicle? And I almost forgot something important. It's the charging speed. Since 8X is equipped with a high voltage system, it only takes 9 minutes to charge from 20% to 80%. But as I mentioned, the battery is a whopping 70 kW. One of the main drawbacks of conventional PHEV vehicles was their slow charging speed. Now, it can be charged as quickly as the latest electric vehicles. It's really amazing. Today we took a look at Geely Auto's full-size 8X SUV PHEV. The 7X will be released first as a direct import brand in Korea. Depending on the sales of the 7X, the very first vehicle to be released will be this one. If it comes into Korea, I'll give you more detailed information. I'll be back with an even better video. Thank you.
작은 도움이 되셨다면 좋아요 부탁드리고요. 구독과 알림 설정을 통해서 정확한 신차 정보를 빠르게 만나보세요. 감사합니다.